Welcome to Wall Street Confidential. I'm Greg Greenberg here with Jim Cramer. Jim, you called it a few weeks ago. We talked about DoubleClick. You said Google's going to be the winner in a bidding in an auction. They bought it for $3.1 billion. Is that too much?
Well, Google's got a lot of cash, and Google wants to own the whole segment. I would say point blank, it's not too much because Google stock is up today, which again is remarkable. But people understand that Google keeps doing game, set, match in every area that it's in. I know Google's been biding its time in the 400s. It's actually been an underperformer for the last year, but its market cap is billions. I keep thinking there's an article today in Advertising Age. Jeff Bewkes, very smart guy from AOL, saying, listen, the web really isn't that important. Well, I mean, that's because Google owns the web and nobody can afford to pay what they pay. This was something like 12 times revenues that they pay for DoubleClick. Microsoft can't afford to pay that.
You want to do a little lightning round?
Sure.
All right, how does this Google deal affect Microsoft?
Microsoft, once again,
They have
is the
cash.
loser.
They got $26 billion in cash.
Can't
they got some? That's pocket change for them.
Microsoft continues to be able to say, listen, we're going to invent everything ourselves. We are not going to pay up. We are not going to make the web a business where we can't make money on it. Now, everybody seems to reluctant, except for Google, to be able to span their web offerings. I think that the web is going to make TV small, but Microsoft has always starved MSN.
What does it mean for Aquantive? That's a 2.2
Quantiv's
billion
up. There's
market cap.
3 guys upgraded Aquantive today, but Aquantive is the only other way to get in this game other than ValueClick. I think the ValueClick has some issues, although I like ValueClick very much. But Aquantive, should have been bought last week. I do not understand how when there's multiple buyers for something like a DoubleClick, people don't think A, that DoubleClick's going to go for much more than people realize, and B, that the other guys have to turn to the same kind of game, this ad placement game. Now, ad placement is not an easy analog to understand versus newspapers, magazines, and TV, but it's the ultimate when it comes to understanding what's working on the web. I would also recommend as a sleeper Omniture, because that also does a way to be able to look at what people are watching online instantaneously.
So you give me a twofer on that one.
Yes,
what about
I am.
Yahoo?
Yahoo stole a lot of its upside. Semmel has been saying things are great, great, great. So unless it's total blowaway, I own that for ActionAlertsPlus.com. I'm concerned about it.
Really? They've been doing deals with CBS and NBC Universal?
Well, but
deals are good?
They should have kept their mouth shut. They didn't keep their mouth shut on the shortfall, and they should have kept their mouth shut on the upside. Yahoo is classically expensive on an earnings basis. So is Amazon, so maybe there's a chance here. But I think the stock seems, it's got to, I don't like the situation where the bar is so high and set by management that it's almost impossible to ever equal or exceed it.
All right, finally, in a real bizarre twist, does Microsoft cry to the government and said, this is federally, you should break this up?
I think Microsoft is the most reluctant company to go to the government for anything.
I know, but it would be funny, though.
Yes, it would be.
Jim Cramer, Greg Greenberg, Wall Street Confidential. We've been talking about Google.